Today I fucked up by taking a picture of my wife's ass. This happened about a week ago. I took my wife to Barnes and Noble to get some new books for us to read. I was half-heartedly looking at different books while trailing my wife throughout the store. At some point I realize my wife is nowhere to be seen, but whatever, I'll find her eventually. After a few minutes of mindless wandering, I notice her on the other side of the store. I also notice that her butt looks really good in the jeans she's wearing, so as I'm walking up towards her, phone camera zoomed in on her butt, I hear someone behind me shout, "Hey creep. Why are you taking a picture of that girl's ass?" I turn around to see an employee as the source of the shouting, and look towards my wife who is clutching her sides, laughing her ass off. I try to explain that the woman is my wife, but the employee was having none of it. My wife finally came to my rescue when the manager came up and said that I had to leave. She explained that we were indeed married and even showed her the picture of us on our wedding day she keeps in her purse. The employee apologizes profusely, and of course we plead with the manager not to reprimand her for her outburst, as the manager called it. Honestly, I'm glad she said something, as someone from the outside seeing this guy following a girl around the store and then taking a picture of said girl's ass. It was just a wrong place, wrong time kinda thing, but my wife has started telling me don't get caught this time whenever we go out. She's told just about everyone we know, and in lovingly referred to as the ass man in our friend group now. Too long didn't read, I took a picture of my wife's ass. An employee called me out for it, not knowing it was my wife. My wife left me high and dry until the manager asked me to leave. Everyone we know now refers to me as the ass man now. And before anyone starts polishing their armor, yes, my wife knows I do this. Yes, my wife is more than okay with it. She does the same thing to me. Edit, just to clarify, my wife already had the picture in hand when she went up to confirm to the manager we were indeed married. The manager never doubted her affirmation that we were indeed married. I'm pretty sure she just wanted to show off her wedding dress again. Edit 2, I have asked the wife if I can share a picture and she has declined. Sorry folks, enjoy this tiny ass as compensation. Imagine if you mistook someone else for your wife. That's where I thought it was going, lol. I thought he was going to get caught by his wife taking a picture of unknowingly someone else's ass. My wife would have pulled the "I've never seen this man in my life" card there 100%, you're lucky. I'm sure she would have normally, but this is her favorite bookstore and the next closest one is an hour away. Hey look, the ass man posted something on r/today I fucked up. That's one wholesome as fu. My wife would have just let the shit hit the fan. I was really expecting the woman to be someone you thought was your wife. Therese, no escape from that. I would be dead now if that was the case. Luckily I know my wife's ass well enough to pick it out from a crowd. Today I fucked up by finding a flash drive and looking what was on it. I found a flash drive in my home and was curious as to what was on it. I put it in the computer and find folders full of family pictures and a video. It was blurred in the thumbnail, so of course I have to play it. It all happens so fast. I see a dick. A hard, throbbing cock, staring me right in the eye. And then it's coming. And after the last bit of cum drops, the camera gets aimed downward and I see my dad's shoes and the tile in our bathroom. I just watched my dad shoot his fucking load all over the bathroom tile. This dude filmed himself coming in the bathroom. He moved out a long time ago, and obviously forgot that this flash drive was here. I'm not going to give it back. I'm not going to assert dominance and return the favor. I'm going to burn it with fucking fire. Too long didn't read, I met my siblings today. Edit, with all the attention this is getting, I'd like to turn this fuck up into something positive. Please consider donating to Prevent Child Abuse America. Edit 2, fuck. The site got hugged to death, Lamau. Sorry you guys. At least you didn't watch it on VR. Or with AirPods in. Edit, lifetime Android user. What a power move from your dad. He just showed you how he left your siblings to death on your bathroom tiles. I'm soft in so many ways right now. Inserting flash drives into your computer unknowingly is a dangerous game. My roomie did this once with a random one he found, and his PC was immediately infected by about 5 viruses. Hilarious meltdown ensued. I totally agree, but it was in my house, so I thought, what's the worst that can happen? Well, the too long didn't read is my fav. Today I fucked up by submitting hardcore furry erotica instead of my final paper. So, I'm currently a 4th year computer science student at a pretty respected university, and was looking to graduate this semester. One of the classes I was taking was a class in modern advancements and trends in the field of technology. While the class didn't require too much heavy lifting, it still was a higher level one, and required a good amount of work. For our final, our professor had assigned us a 20-page research paper into a current or possible future technology of our choice within the field. I did my paper on helium-3 power generation. I worked my ass off on this paper and in the end was super proud of it. The papers were due last night at midnight, and I held off on submitting my final draft till the end to get it as clean as possible. This is where I fucked up big time. Let me tell you a little about myself. I don't work a normal job. I tried it in my first year of school and I really didn't like it. I've worked internships when they came up, but outside of that I really didn't work. This and being a student really doesn't mix well though. So, I had to make money some way. For the past 3 years I've gotten by on writing hardcore erotica on commission. Specifically, for furries. I would write anything. Any fetish, any premise, anything. In some parts of that community I became really popular. At one point I was making almost $2,500 on Patreon along with the amounts I charged to my customers. Am I proud of this? No. I have written some really disgusting stuff, but it paid the bills and the money was too good to pass up. I told myself the minute I got a real job I was cutting and running from this work. Well, this brings us to last night. I had not gotten any sleep for the past few nights. I had multiple projects due that in the span of a few days. I was running on nothing but coffee and Rockstar. I was nothing more than a walking corpse and wanted to do nothing but sleep. I ended up doing my last read over of my final paper and submitted it before sleeping. However, instead of submitting my final paper, I somehow submitted one of the commissions I was working on. This commission is not light either. It is almost 10 pages long and contains a variety of things including vor and scat. So, I went to bed. Submissions for the final locked and my academic career was sentenced to death then and there. When I woke up this morning I checked my grades for my other classes before noticing an email from my professor. All it says was to come to his office after class today. I want to fucking die right now. I don't know how I'm going to explain why instead of my final I submitted a hardcore erotic story with a wolfman jacking off in a dragon's stomach. But yeah, I fucked up big time. TL Doctor, in my final semester at college. Instead of submitting my final research paper, I submitted hardcore furry erotica someone paid me to make. Professor wants to talk and I want to die. Obligatory update. Well, I just left his office and I still want to die. Not as much though? I took some advice from here and printed my paper out and had it with me. I won't lie, when I sat down with him I was already almost in tears from the stress and embarrassment. I guess he picked up on that because he tried to be as nice as possible and told me to calm down and just explain what happened. I ran down pretty much everything I said here. While he didn't agree with the avenue I was taking to make money, he understood why I was doing it. He had checked the submissions last night after the deadline and my submission's name stuck out immediately. It was along the lines of customer /commission / second draft. Doc. I've taken a class from him before and was an A student, so he guessed I had submitted the wrong file on accident. He told me he read the first page and realized it probably wasn't meant for him to read. I gave him the copy I brought, and he accepted it. He told me to email him the file and he would replace the one I had submitted and that we would pretend this never happened. He seemed to at least have a good sense of humor as he told me that what I had originally submitted was well written, at least from what he read. Like I said, I still want to fucking die right now. At least he understood that I'm just an idiot and not malicious. Thanks I guess for the advice and helping me through the nervous breakdown. So how does one go into writing $2,500 worth erotica on Patreon? Asking for a friend? Also, how did you report this on your taxes? Asking for a friend? Edit, I don't actually need tax advice, thanks Reddit. Tell him the truth. All of what you explained. Be sure to bring the real document you meant to submit, and ask him, as an adult, not as a simpering kid, if he would accept that you FD up and take your actual submission for the class. It can't hurt, and in fact may be refreshing for him to see a student take responsibility for their own mistake. Yeah, thanks for the advice, man. I won't lie, I'm a mess, so this is actually nice to hear some good advice. I submitted a hardcore erotic story with a wolf man jacking off in a dragon's stomach. You better hope he isn't a mod at r/if in hell. Go to professor's office. Sit down, son. Notice he has his 357 on the desk. Yeah, we are gonna need an update. Yeah, update us with the wolfman jacking off a dragon's stomach.